Boku no Natsuyasumi 2 for the Sony PlayStation 2 is one of the best games Sony Computer Entertainment ever published. However, it was unavailable to people who didn't speak Japanese until now. Thanks to the excellent work by video game translator HillTop, Boku no Natsuyasumi 2 is now available in English through an unofficial fan translation. Now, these unofficial fan translations have been going on for a long time. And basically what they are is people will go in and hack the game to be able to change the text from its original, in this case with Boku no Natsuyasumi 2, Japanese, and update it for English audiences. Now, these were games that publishers, for whatever reason, thought wouldn't sell well in the United States, and I don't think Boku no Natsuyasumi 2 would, and so now they get to be brought available through unofficial fan translations. Now, HillTop does an amazing job with Boku no Natsuyasumi 2, retranslating and redoing a bunch of art, bunch of assets. But what is Boku no Natsuyasumi, and why should you care?
じゃあ、いただきます。いただきます。
Now, talking about Boku no Natsuyasumi 2, we should probably talk a little bit about Boku no Natsuyasumi 1. Now, Boku no Natsuyasumi 1 for the PlayStation 1 follows a kid named Boku. Boku is visiting the countryside of Japan while his parents have a baby. He's visiting his aunt and uncle. His aunt and uncle had lost a child, and now that lost child is replaced with Boku for a whole month. See, Boku no Natsuyasumi, every single one, there's 4 Boku no Natsuyasumi games. Each one takes place in real-world Japan, August 1975. And the game ends always September 1st, 1975. You have 30 days, 30 in-game days to complete Boku no Natsuyasumi. And each of the games follow the same similar thing. Besides, the 4th one has like some detective stuff, but we're not getting into that. Each game involves you getting to meet your new family for the month, usually your aunt and uncle and their children, and who's ever on and in the area that Boku resides. You always play as a kid named Boku. Now, that's a really weird name. We'll get to Boku's name in a minute. And in those games, you always catch bugs, fight bugs, go fishing, get to know your family, and experience the story. Today, I think if Boku no Natsuyasumi was released, people might call it a walking simulator or a visual novel. But it is so much more of a game than that. It is very dense. But Boku no Natsuyasumi 2, the one that you can actually play in English, follows the same thing. Now, this one is the ocean chapter, or like the ocean side chapter. The official name's Boku no Natsuyasumi 2, Umi no Bouken-hen, which translates to my summer vacation, my summer break to the ocean side chapter, something like that. Now, Boku no Natsuyasumi 2 has you the same thing. Your parents are having a baby, and so they ship you off to live with your aunt and uncle for a month, and this time in the coast of Japan.
あれ？僕見かけない顔だね。どこんちの子かな？小学生が一人で観光に来るわけはないし。
僕、お母さんが臨月だから8月の間だけおじちゃん家に預けられることになったんだ。
一人でここまで来たの？
ううん。塩立まではお父さんの車で来たんだ。でもお父さん、今日中に東京まで帰らなきゃいけないから、さっき塩立の港でさよならしてきたんだ。
一人で船に乗るのはちょっと心細いかもね。
He comes on the boat with a girl. Her name is Yasuko. Now, she's probably one of the most important characters in this game. Yasuko is a 16-year-old high school student coming back to her hometown for her summer vacation. A lot of Boku no Natsuyasumi 2 will involve you, as Boku, exploring the coast side, talking with your family, catching bugs, and doing beetle fights. And Boku controls like a car. They might say it's tank controls, but you literally have a gas button. You have to hit the X button for Boku to go. And if you play on real hardware, on a real PlayStation 2, with its pressure-sensitive buttons. Depending how hard you press the button, like a throttle on a car, Boku will walk that fast. During the game, you also have a plant you have to take care of. Now, there's a guy named Simon who will take a picture of the plant every time it blossoms.
おいお前、人の部屋に勝手に入ってくんなよ。
ごめんなさい。
いいんじゃないの？一月いるんだろ？バリア張っても無理。
でも、あまり大きな顔すんじゃないよ。自由研究、僕たちは朝顔を育ててるんだ。
へえ、そうなんだ。
種をまいたのはここの窓のすぐ下なんだけど。そうだ、僕ちゃんも一緒に競争する？
どういうこと？
お兄ちゃんと僕でどっちが早く咲かせるか競争してるんだ。左側のがお兄ちゃんで、真ん中が僕
で、右端が僕ちゃんっていうのはどう？
毎日水をやればいいってこと？
そう、大正解。
なんだか面白そうな話だね。
おや？カメラマンが登場だぜ。この人、サイモンって言うんだ。ずっとうちの2階に泊まってるんだけど。
じゃあサイモン、朝顔が咲いてる間だけ毎日1枚朝顔の写真を撮ってあげるよ。
大切に育てればそれだけたくさん写真がもらえるってこと？
それはやりがいがあるじゃん。
楽しみにしててね。
You have to water that plant every morning. There's also a kid named Yo.
ねえ、ようくんって誰？
港の向こう側の家にお父さんと2人で住んでるの。中学生のお兄ちゃんだよ。
多分奥沢に落ちたな。ま、うちのわさび畑には関係ねえだろ。
You can find 3 of his rocket parts, through swimming and through going to various areas in the game. The game has certain sections blocked off. You can only get to some sections if you get the axe and break down the tree.
よいしょ。
Each day has 3 sections, morning, evening, and night. If you spend too much time at night and don't go to bed, then Boku will fall asleep and his mom will have to take him to bed. If his mom takes him to bed, he will oversleep, and you will miss calisthenics in the morning. If you go to calisthenics every morning, that changes the ending of the game. This game is a time management RTS. Every time you change or make a scene transition, because this game has a fixed camera angle, every time you transition the camera, the time goes by. If you want to get 100% in this game, you have to basically do brain surgery. You have to catch every bug, catch 3 of the biggest fish possible. You have to talk to everyone and complete all of the social events. You have to get all 3 rocket pieces and complete the sumo bug minigame, all within 30 days till September 1st, which is the day your parents pick you up from your summer vacation. While this game is relaxing and you can call it a visual novel, there is so much video game here. It's pretty crazy. Now, if there was an American equivalent of Boku no Natsuyasumi, I would imagine it would be something like a Where the Red Fern Grows video game, because both Boku no Natsuyasumi 1 and that book, I don't know why I drew that book in my head, but both of those follow a grown-up main character, grown-up Boku, and grown-up, I don't remember the main character where the red fern grows, but grown-up people telling a story from their childhood and just the mundane things that happen as you're a kid. Boku no Natsuyasumi really is a nostalgia simulator. This game's not for children, but this game is for adults. If you look at the commercials for this game, Boku no Natsuyasumi 2 was advertised to grown men. The commercials are like, there's like 1 billion of them. There's a supercut, in fact, just got translated into English by somebody. Great job. I'll have that linked at the bottom. But the TLDR of the commercials is, it follows a guy who hears about Boku no Natsuyasumi and is like, a game about a child on vacation? Yeah, I don't play games. But then he's like, well, I want a DVD player. Well, PlayStation 2 is a DVD player. Maybe I can get that and play Boku.
なんて社会に出たら何の役にも立たんからダメだと言ったら、役に立たないものは世の中に必要ないのと聞かれてしまった。19日水曜日、今日は40歳の誕生日。自分にプレゼントするために DVD を見に行ったが、 PS2 でも DVD が見られることが判明。思いのほか安かったが、いい大人がゲーム機は買えぬ。9日火曜日、今日から妻が旅行でいない。 PS2 を買うチャンス。早速息子と取引。会社のビンゴで当たったことにすること。私が帰宅したら私に使用権があることと決める。
ねえおじちゃん、おじちゃん将来何になりたいの
？7月10日水曜日、一日ニヤニヤしていたらしい。デスクの女性がちょっと引いていた。だって明日は僕夏2の発売日だもん。スキップしたいくらいだ。明日は午後半休しちゃおうかな。
おじちゃんはあんまり喋らない人なんだね。
男はペラペラと喋るもんじゃない。
11日木曜日、ついに買ってしまった僕夏2、そして PS2。 配線は息子に任せ、ボタン操作を習いつつゲーム開始。おお、私の中の僕が叫んでいる。
Boku no Natsuyasumi 2 tells a very endearing story about growing up as a kid. In the same way, the book Where the Red Fern Grows, which was a book I read when I was in 6th grade. I remember coming home from school, just finishing that book, with tears in my eyes that those 2 dogs died. And my mom being like, "Are you okay?" And I just said, "The red fern grows, bro." Boku no Natsuyasumi 2 had that same effect on me. This game will have you crying that your summer vacation is over.
ボクちゃん、お前家に帰って母ちゃんに抱っこされたらわーわー泣くだろ。
泣かないよ。
どうせ大人になったら泣けねえんだぞ。子供のうちに泣いとけ、泣いとけ。
あれ、そういえば僕、お父さんやお母さんが泣いたのって見たことないや。
じゃあ気をつけてね。
赤ちゃんによろしくね。
You cried.
So the meat of the story is this. You get to meet your family. A temporary family away from home while your mom sends you far away. Boku is an only child. Now, Boku is a really weird name for a kid. Boku's basically a pronoun in Japanese for a child. You would say, Boko no this. And that would be you talking about yourself as Boku, as a child. So Boku would be how Boku would refer to himself, which sounds really stupid. And the game even plays at it, and maybe his name isn't actually Boku, because he just says people call him Boku.
ではいつでも遊んであげるからここにいらっしゃい。私の名前は渚っていうの。よろしくね。
僕は僕って言うんだ。
あれ面白い名前ね。
違う違う。 周りの大人の人はみんな僕のことを僕って呼ぶんだ。だから僕は僕。
なんだ、そういうことですか。
君の名前は？
僕は僕。
はあ？じゃあお前は今日から僕くんだな。
それ正解だってば。
変なガキ。
Which is also confusing because the game's called Boku no Natsuyasumi, which could be my summer vacation, but it could be Boku's summer vacation. So is it a pun? Is it a play on words? I don't know. But Boku's our main character, told from the perspective of old Boku, who will have voiceover throughout the game.
机の上に置かれていたのはプラモデルの箱だった。そして箱の中にはなぜか昆虫採集セットが入っていた。
おい、歌の通りに自分の手のひらを太陽に向けてみたら本当に透けて見えるぜ。
すごいよ、お兄ちゃん大発見だ。
その時私は私の手のひらの中にまるで赤い太陽のエネルギーがそのまま入ってきたみたいにたくさんの光のようなものが流れていることを知った。
Yasuko has a door in her house she cannot open. Only her mom holds the key.
家の中はつながってないの？
以前は普通につながってたんだけどね。お母さんが家を出てった時にドアの鍵を持ってっちゃったから取れなくなっちゃったんだ。これが当面の懸案事項。我が家の喉に刺さった大きな骨ってわけ。
それって痛そうだね。
うん。でもこっちの部屋だけまるで秘密の隠し部屋になったみたいで、それはそれで気に入ってるんだけどね。ここの庭綺麗でしょ？私今年の春からいなくなっちゃったからここも少しは荒れちゃうかと思ったんだけど。
Yasuko's mom does visit. Yasuko and her mom never talk. They are not on speaking terms. And according to my knowledge, maybe there's a way you can get them to talk, but I don't think you can.
私もう3年くらいお母さんに会ってないんだ。高校の入学式の時も何度か振り返ってさ、体育館の後ろの方を見てみたんだけど見つけられなかったし後でおじいちゃんにお母さんも来てたんだよって言われてちょっとショックだった。
ねえ、なんでおばちゃんこの町から出て行ったの？
えなんてことを聞くんだろう。僕、人はね、心の優しい人は優しい人と、少年の曲がった人はやっぱりそういう人と巡り合っていくんだよ。だから
おばちゃん曲がってるの？
そうかもね。だから君も良い友達がたくさん欲しかったら君自身がたくさん良い人にならなきゃダメなんだよ。
そうなんだ。それでおばちゃんここから出て行ったんだ。
本当に分かったのかな。
だってここの人みんな意地悪だもんね。
でもここの人たち本当に意地悪だよね。
Once Yasuko's mom leaves, she leaves the key. But it's kind of funny because once the door opens, which is a big thing the whole game has been leading up to, it's kind of not that big of a deal. Which is such a bold move by Boku no Natsuyasumi that in real life, the anticipation for things is sometimes much more exciting than the actual event.
あれ？僕くんどうしたのかな？
ねえ、これお姉ちゃんのお母さんが置いていったんだけど、ここの鍵じゃないのかな？
どういうこと？
あれ？アイス食べてる。
お母さん。お母さん。お母さん。はあ。
何？
お腹すいたな。夏の焦げたアスファルトの匂いがする。雨。
Yasuko also has a friend, a kid named Yo, who makes rockets. Now, he's really struggling at making rockets, and I've alluded that you have to collect rockets. 3 rockets is part of the completion of the game. Yo and Yasuko used to be childhood best friends, but since Yasuko has gone to school, they haven't talked. Boku needs to reunite Yo and Yasuko so they can become friends again, because they secretly have a crush on each other.
本気で走ったの久しぶりだったよ。
なんだ、今のはかけっこだったんだ。じゃあ僕だって負けないよ。
これそっちはダメだって。ねえ、止まってそっちは嫌だってば。誰もいないのかな。
どうしたの？
実はね、ここ私の幼なじみの家なの。
そうなんだ。
今はもう全く付き合いがないんだけど、私が小学校に上がるまではほとんど毎日一緒に遊んでたんだ。
あれ？ここのうちの子は一緒に小学校に上がらなかったの？
うん、学年が一つ違ったの。そのことに入学直前まで誰も気がつかなかったから、分かった時はお互いびっくりしたんだよね。悲しいことにこっちは一緒に小学校に上がるんだと思っててさあっちは2人とも次の年だと思ってたんだ。
ねえ、よお兄ちゃんはいつも一人で寂しくないの？
もう慣れちゃったからね。
昔安子お姉ちゃんと仲が良かったんでしょ？
でもそれって10年ぐらい前の話だよ。確かにあっちが小学校に上がるまでは毎日2人で遊んでたけどね。
今は？
もう全然だよ。だってあっちが小学校に入ってから一度も口聞いたことがないんだもん。
そうなんだ。
当時は寂しかったから何度か家に行ったりしたんだけど、勇気がなくて入っていけなかったんだ。
今もそうなの？
そんなことないよ。
じゃあ一緒に安子お姉ちゃん家に遊びに行こうよ。
そりゃちょっと
勇気がないんだ。
そう腹立つな。よし行くぞ、行ってやる。じゃあ晩ご飯の後で公園の入り口ね。逃げんなよ。
あれ？そこまで勇気がいることなの？
まあとにかく僕は行くと決めたら行くんだ。なんだ、逃げないでちゃんと来たんだ。
なんで僕が？お兄ちゃんこそ用事もないのにちゃんと来てくれたんだね。
そりゃそうだよ、約束したんだもん。それにしてもこれじゃあ僕が安子ちゃん家に肝試しに行くみたいだね。
肝試し？
ここ昔は太い大黒柱があるような大きな家だったんだって。今はコンクリの家だけど、公園から見える三河の木だけは昔のまんまらしいよ。
お姉ちゃんこんばんは。
こんばんは、ボクくん。あれ？今日はどうしたの？
嘘じゃないもん。
なんで？ボクくんとは？
ちょっとした知り合い。
そうなの。今日はどうしたの？
いや僕くんがどうしても連れて行くって言うから、僕やっぱり帰るよ。
せっかく来たのに。
そうだよ。
いや帰る、ごめんなさい。
あ、ちょっと待って。あのね、実は私、ようくんにお話ししたいことがあるの。もう何年も前からなんだけど。
それって何？
あのね、
どうしたの？
今度昼間家に行くよ。すごい久しぶりだけど、その時話してあげる。おじさん元気かな？
どうだろう。最近山から降りてこないんだ。もう50過ぎだっていうのに。
そうなんだ。
大人になってから初めてやすこちゃんと口を聞いたよ。
あら、大人ったってまだ高校生と中学生のくせに。
そうだね。じゃあ先に帰るよ。あのね、
何？
ちょっと楽しかった。
私も。じゃあね、おやすみ。
おやすみなさい。あれ、僕たち確か小さい頃にさよならの時に使う決まり文句があったと思うんだけど。
もうわかんないよ。
そうだね。
じゃあおやすみ。
じゃあね。
でもちっちゃい頃は1年365日ずーっと2人で遊んでたよね。
そうだね。でも今となってはやっぱりやすこちゃんの方がかなりお姉さんかな。
1歳しか違わないのに。
そっちは高校生だし、もう東京に出て下宿してるんだからしょうがないんだけど。
Now, to experience all of Boku no Natsuyasumi properly, Yasuko's little sister has a little fortune teller, and you can talk to her every morning and night, and she tells you all the important things that are going to happen that day. And that's how you know who to talk to and what to do. Now, there's a handful of things you need to do on your own time. For example, catch the bugs and fight them in the bug sumo wrestling. Now, the real meat of the game is the bug sumo wrestling, and it doesn't really have a whole lot to do with the story, but you need to do it to be able to get on top of the mountain to give Yo his last part of the rocket, so he can successfully launch the rocket at the end of the game. Now, the game does have an overarching plot that's kind of in the background, but Boku has nothing to do with it, because Boku is just a kid. He's just there on his summer vacation. Now, the real draw of Boku no Natsuyasumi is there is so much game in it, but the themes of nostalgia and childhood reign true. Boku no Natsuyasumi tells us to treasure every day. Every moment of Boku no Natsuyasumi is so important. There are several times in Boku no Natsuyasumi where you will meet a character who is low on time. Yoshika's grandfather, he's getting quite old, and is coming to terms with that he may die soon.
どうしたの？
最近家内の夢ばかり何度も見ての。
どんな夢なの？
昔住んどった塩立の家じゃ。まだ若い頃の家内が土間の隅でぬか漬けの樽をかき混ぜておった。天井近くの窓から幾筋か光が差しておっての。暗い土間の中で汗の浮いた家内の肌が白く輝いておった。家内は随分と色の白い娘じゃった。わしが見ていることに気づくと、白い顔をこちらに向けてにこりと笑った。わしはあの笑顔、一生忘れられんと思っとったが、本当にそうなってしまったのう。
And the culmination of one of the most important characters in all of Boku no Natsuyasumi is the girl in the clinic.
病室にはいつの間にか、多分私が知らないうちに入院したのであろう一人の少女がいた。私が彼女の名前を聞くと
教えないよ。
なんで？
君が驚くから。
ねえ、お姉ちゃんは何の病気なの？
胸、心臓なの。でも最後までよくわからなかったんだ。
ねえ、僕またここに来てもいいかな？
いいよ。でも
何？
いや、なんでもないの。ねえ、君は悲しいこと平気かな？
どういうこと？
いや、やっぱりなんでもない。
その日私が夕映えの光があふれる病室に入ると、そこにはおじいちゃんと少女がまるで恋人のように仲良く並んで座っていた。
安成は元気か？
相変わらず毎晩星を見てますわ。
そうか。
ねえ、おじいちゃん、あまり悲しまないで。もう安子も光もあんなに大きくなったことだし。それに二人ともとってもいい子でしょ。
そうじゃな。
本当はいつでも私が一緒にいてあげられるといいんだけど。
ありがとう。
どうして？
会いに来てくれて本当にありがとう。
どういたしまして。
でも君にはもうじき会えるから。
まあやだ、そんなこと言わないで。
あれ？何を見ているの？
ほら、そろそろ降りてくるよ。
何が？
あの世界とこちらがさっきつながったの。だからもうそろそろ降りてくるよ。
なんだかわからないや。
君もお兄ちゃんになるんだね。おめでとう。
Now, the last few days of Boku no Natsuyasumi are actually quite somber. It's a saying goodbye. Saying goodbye to Boku, saying goodbye to you, who spent 15 hours in this game with these characters trying to make the best of your summer vacation. Now, in my summer vacation, my playthrough of the game, I did not play through it perfectly. But nobody plays through their summer vacation perfectly. Now, the first Boku no Natsuyasumi has a lot of different endings. This one doesn't have as many. The first Boku no Natsuyasumi, if you get the perfect ending, it's kind of the bad ending, because you maximized the game and did not really play it right. The real way to play Boku no Natsuyasumi is to make mistakes. While swimming one day, I found a coin for 100 yen. I immediately spent it on ice cream. Then, to find out, the parents are missing 100 yen. Boku had already spent it, and your cousin gets blamed.
ねえおばちゃん。
何の用かな？
僕この下で100円玉。
その時私は拾ったお金を使ってしまったことに気づいた。
どうしたの？
いや、ごめんなさい。なんでもないや。
大事件が発生した。
Now, luckily, this is a video game, so I found a way to make the money back by giving people back massages, which I never thought I'd say that in a video game. And I was able to still make it right. But I made mistakes. I never was able to beat the bug minigame and make it on top of the hill. but I was able to experience all that Boku no Natsuyasumi 2 had to offer for me. The last night of Boku no Natsuyasumi 2 is everyone saying goodbye to Boku and Yasuko, who are both heading back to Tokyo for school. You have one last night on the beach.
いやー、それにしても楽しかったな、今年の夏。
ねえおばちゃん、僕いい子だった？
うん、とってもいい子でした。おばちゃん、僕くんが本当にこのうちの子になってもいいよ。
僕もおばちゃんが。
と言いかけて、なんだか自分の母親に悪いような気がして。
どうしたの？あら、僕くん、あなたってやっぱり優しい子ね。自分のお母さんに気を使ったんでしょう。
Now, I think each one of us has had an experience where we spent one last night somewhere. And the feeling of nervousness and anticipation, anxiety of going somewhere. And this being maybe the last time you do something in this location. Thinking, this is the last time I brush my teeth in this bathroom. This is the last time I wake up in this bed for the rest of my life. Boku no Natsuyasumi does an amazing job at capturing this feeling. And the final cutscene, the final moment of Boku no Natsuyasumi is quite magical. The whole time, Yo is trying to make a rocket that is successful. He's trying to make one. And Yasuko, who has fallen in love with this boy, is sad that he did not say goodbye to her on the boat. But instead, he says goodbye to her with the rocket.
40分ほど時間をかけまして、潮立港まで向かいます。途中、潮の流れの速いところで船が大きくございますので、皆様。そんな、ね、ボクくん、ロケット、ロケット、ロケット。お兄ちゃんの三段ロケットだ。
またどこかに落ちるぞ。
やだ、落ちないで。落ちない、落ちない、落ちない、落ちない、落ちない。見えた。まっすぐ飛んでる。やった
ー。Boku no Natsuyasumi is a story that's worth telling. Stories are experiences that take us places. Whether it's the future or the past, places we cannot go. You can experience a new ethnicity. You can experience a new gender. You can experience all these things through stories. Now, there's always the talk that is video games art? For some reason, The Last of Us was the game that we decided was art. But Boku no Natsuyasumi 2, is art. It invoked that feeling of meeting people who I've never met. Being on an island I'm never gonna be on, but I feel like I have been. Boku no Natsuyasumi 2 is video games. It's experiencing something you've never experienced before. Boku no Natsuyasumi 2 is a game I will never forget. It was never brought to the US because it was too Japanese and too different. It has no combat. It has no fighting other than the bug minigame, which you have no control over other than poking your bug. It is a game that you just experience, but there is so much video game in Boku no Natsuyasumi. Now, Millennium Kitchen is still around. They're still making games. There's a new Natsuyasumi game, not Boku anymore. They don't work with Sony. It's on the Switch. Hopefully it comes to the US. They have a few games, Attack of the Friday Monsters, but Boku no Natsuyasumi 2 is a real game in real English, and everyone should get the opportunity to play it.
夢が覚め夜の中長い冬が
What the dog doing?
There's just a few more things I wanted to add to the end of this video. I just finished editing it, and there's just a few things I want to say. First of all, thank you so much for watching a 45-minute video about Boku no Natsuyasumi. I've never really made a video this long, and so I really wanted to try something new, try something different. So thank you so much for watching. And there's just a few things I want to say. So first of all, I do have both copies of Boku no Natsuyasumi 1 and Boku no Natsuyasumi 2. And there's one thing, I want to show you the instruction manual of the second game. So So the instruction manual for Boku no Natsuyasumi 2 actually is like super duper helpful. There's like a map, and if it wasn't for this map, I would have such a hard time playing this game without the instruction manual and the map. I'll put it on the screen because I couldn't find any scans of this instruction manual. But that's just one thing. I want to show the instruction manual. I want to put that in the video because I don't really know of any place, and if you're gonna play this game, it's so useful to at least have that map. Another thing I want to add is watching this video, I thought I was gonna go insane how many times I call Boku no Natsuyasumi Boko no Natsuyasumi. I don't even know why I'm saying that because now it's just gonna ruin the video, not only for me but for everyone watching. But yeah, I don't know why I call it Boku. I don't know why I don't call it Boku. I call it Boko like half the time. It's driving me insane, but I wasn't recording that again. You know, no video's perfect, so you just gotta live with it. But thank you so much for watching. I guess if you like it, subscribe. Also, if you want to see more of me, I guess, if you're insane, I do have a second channel that's more popular than this one. That's where you'll see me mostly. Double Boost. Look that up. It's in the description. And if you do want to watch another video of mine, I would say go look up. I did a video on Moritaka Chisato Safari Tokyo for the PlayStation 1. If you're watching this video, you might find that one interesting. So thank you, and subscribe.